we'll continue to put all of our numbers there and we'll continue to pride ourselves.
Governor Sanwo-Olu assured residents of the state of more dividends of democracy in his second term, which was his campaign promises to the people. Meanwhile, the governor has officially unveiled the Lagos State Building Control Agency LAFSCA headquarters, the Green Building at GRA Ikeja. The governor said with the right environment, local architects, engineers and builders who could compete favorably with their foreign counterparts to deliver world-class structures that could stand the test of time. Sanwo-Olu, however, called on professionals in the build sector not to cut corners in the discharge of their duties, attributing building collapse to sharp practices.
There shall be no sacred cows in our determination and ensuring that all cases of any form of building collapse or construction that doesn't meet standards are going to be permitted.
Also, Commissioner for Physical Planning and Urban Development, Oluyinka Olumide, said the edifice marked a significant milestone in the development of the city, restating the commitment of staff to rededicate themselves to creating a sustainable and resilient-built environment for Lagosians.
Let this building stand as a symbol of our collective resolute to continually improve our urban landscape and provide top-notch services to the people of Lagos State.
Commissioner for Transportation, Oluwaseun Oshiemi, has advised driving school operators to improve their skills as the first-line drivers and bring back sanity to Lagos roads. Oshiemi said this at the year 2023 driving school instructors and operators trained the trainers program organized by the Lagos State Drivers Institute. The commissioner stated that the yearly event was aimed at improving drivers' knowledge of the state's traffic rules and regulations.
The core of civil facilitators for the training session was exposed and shed more light on automatic fire prevention, safety precautionary standard, harmonized street traffic rules and regulations, and heavy vehicular maintenance needs. As a government, our overall aim is to promote safe driving culture through efficient driving techniques and procedure, which we believe this platform is set to achieve.
The General Manager, Lagos State Drivers Institute, Afusat Tiamiyu, added that additional number of the institute's training centers were created from the initial 5 to 13. According to Tiamiyu, the institute is well equipped with modern-day driving equipment.
I call all participants to use this opportunity to join hands with Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu to explore the potential embedded in the first pillar of the 6-month agenda, transportation and traffic management, to tackle associated public transportation and pay Lagos moving to work.
This Lagos State News comes to you from Radio Lagos 107.5 FM. Don't leave it idle. Use your brain. The State Commissioner for Tertiary Education, Tolani Sule, says the government is committed to ensure that quality service is provided at tutorial centers. Sule stated this at the 2023 Stakeholders Forum on Continuing Education and Tutorial Centers. He urged stakeholders to maintain a high level of professionalism at their various centers, saying the state government will continue to create an enabling environment to encourage more collaborations.
All that we are doing in Lagos is to make sure that what we do for the structured schools are equally done for these centers, because what they are doing is to the benefit of the entire state. We need to continue to plead with them to give in quality teaching, quality environment, and all that will allow for quality education in these centers. They must promote discipline, all that are expected of a normal school system.
Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Tertiary Education, Adeniro Kasali, said the growth in the education space was a result of various initiatives introduced by the Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu administration. Also, the Director, Lagos State Agency for Mass Education, Oluwakemi Kale-Sanwo, urged the stakeholders to brainstorm on ways to ensure that literacy spreads.
We have a governor who is very passionate about education generally, not just formal education, but non-formal education as well. If you just focus on formal education and you leave out non-formal education, at the end of the day, that community or that state will not have progress. Continuing education, non-formal education is very key to the development of any state. And so that is why the governor, the commissioner for tertiary education, and our other superiors are very, very key on non-formal education in Lagos State.
A clergyman, Pastor Gabriel Onifadi, says it is the duty of the public to love, care, and encourage widows around them. Onifadi made his known on Radio Lagos program Ojutai while speaking on challenges encountered by widows. According to him, widows often face several problems after the death of their spouses. He implored family members of the deceased to refrain from tormenting widows by restricting access to their husbands' properties. Now business news. The Lagos State Center for Rural Development, SERUD, is training about 1,000 youth selected across the state in fish farming and business techniques, sequel to approval by Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. Speaking at the training in Badagry, the director of the center, Stephen Adeniji, said the workshop with the theme Empowering the Youth for the 21st Century Challenges was designed for young fish farmers who are already into some level of fishing activities. He said the center had gone a step further by introducing empowerment activities, insurance education, and finance sourcing to the training. Noting that Lagos State has comparative advantage of being surrounded by water bodies, the SERUD boss said fishery training would go a long way in positively impacting the economy of the state, considering the high demand for fish. And that's the news, but just before we go, let's consider this thought. Preservation of our environment is not a liberal or conservative challenge. It is common sense. Those are the words of Ronald Reagan. To end the Lagos State news, here are the main points. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has reacted to the open letters written to him by opposition parties in Lagos, noting that constructive criticisms are welcome. Also in the news, we informed you that the State Commissioner for Tertiary Education, Tolani Sule, says the government is committed to ensure that quality service is provided at tutorial centers. That ends the Lagos State News, edited by Olufemi Lawal and broadcast from Radio Lagos 107.5 FM. For details, visit our website, radiolagos1075.com. Join us on Facebook at Radio Lagos 1075, Instagram at Radio Lagos 1075, on X at Radio Lagos 1075. You can reach our newsroom on WhatsApp 0811 9000 345. We stream live on Radio Lagos 1075.com and Radio Garden. I am Bola Joko Oshinuga Adekunle. Good evening.